Hey Cal fans, in this week's football film study we're talking about our run defense against the Oregon Ducks. Last spring I took a look at our defensive struggles against the Ducks in 2017, and so this video is really a complement piece to that, showing how things have changed over the last year. In both 2017 and 2018, one look that Oregon liked to use was a formation with trips to one side and a tight end to the other. From this look, they'd run an RPO, with a zone read in the box and a bubble screen to the inside receiver in the trips. In 2017, this kind of play gave us a lot of trouble, and it did so in part because we defended it in a really straightforward way. On these plays, we asked our outside linebacker here to sit wide to stop the quarterback run on the zone read, leaving our inside linebacker here as a cutback defender in the box. With the outside linebacker sitting wide like this, we only had two true run defenders to the right of center, and Oregon had two blockers to take care of them, and so they were able to generate nice cutback lanes for their running backs all night. In 2018, we knew that we couldn't do the same thing again, and on this play from last Saturday's game, we can see what DeRuyter did differently. This is where the real fun in this scheme is. On this play, our defense has set a trap for Herbert, and what we've done is effectively changed the assignments of the outside linebacker and the inside linebacker. Normally, you'd expect the outside linebacker here to sit wide to contain the quarterback run, while the inside linebacker would be a run defender in the box against the cutback. If this were the case, then the quarterback would read the outside linebacker staying wide, and that would tell him to hand the ball off to the running back, while the left guard and left tackle would block from the DT up to the inside linebacker, opening up a nice cutback lane. On this play, however, we're switching assignments between the outside and inside linebackers. We're making the outside linebacker the cutback defender, and so he's going to crash straight down the line of scrimmage for the running back. And this is what tells the quarterback to keep the ball. The key here is that we're then scraping this inside linebacker to the edge as a quarterback defender. Now think of this from the quarterback's perspective. He's going to be reading that outside linebacker. He'll see him crash down the line of scrimmage, and so he'll pull the ball and flash his eyes up to look at the screen. He sees that the screen's contained up here, and so he's going to turn the ball upfield on the quarterback keeper, where he's going to run straight into our scraping inside linebacker. This is a much better scheme than what we were using last year, and as a result, we were able to contain RPOs like this pretty well, and if you take away 2 long runs out of the record, we held Oregon's run game to less than 4 yards per carry. Now, of course, you can't actually take those 2 runs out of the game, and so now it's time to look at what went wrong, and to talk about a tendency that Oregon has when they line up with a wing player, like we see here. When Oregon lines up in this way, one tendency that they have is to run a counterplay away from the wing. So this means that the right guard and right tackle will both pull across the formation, giving Oregon 4 blockers to the left of center. Cal will be able to get 4 defenders at most to that side, and so Oregon will be able to get everyone blocked, as we see as we run this play forward. Now, to DeRuyter's credit, he knows about this tendency, and we can see him trying to account for it by blitzing the cornerback as an extra defender off the edge. But when this linebacker gets kicked out, the cornerback's going to be trapped inside, and so he won't be able to do anything when the ball cuts back up in an inside lane. Let's keep all of this in mind as we watch the next play. Here we see that Oregon once again has a wing player in the game, and so we have to worry about them running counter away from that wing. As we now know, on a counterplay, 2 blockers will pull across the formation, giving Oregon a total of 4 blockers to the left of center. On the last play, the cornerback blitz didn't work to equalize numbers, and so this time around Cal's adjusting by putting a safety on the edge as an extra defender. Now Cal has as many as 5 defenders who could conceivably get into the action against this counterplay. The problem here is that to accomplish this, we've had to leave the other side of the formation with only 3, maybe 4 defenders at most. Meanwhile, Oregon has 4 blockers to that side, and to take advantage of this, Oregon's just going to run outside zone to the wing player, which will let them get a hat on a hat and open up a massive lane with no safety help deep. The end result is a long touchdown. Even though our base game plan was a big improvement over 2018, therefore, we still got caught in some bad looks and matchups, and as a result, Oregon was able to generate enough big plays to win the game. Alright, that's it for this week. For more content, including my breakdown of Arizona's offense against USC last week, check out patreon.com/Burke18. And until next week, go Bears!